Hello everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back. I hope that you are all doing well. This is where I talk about the books that I'm reading. I like to read diverse books and I highlight Canadian literature. If you are new, thanks so much for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. I know it's getting near holiday time, but today I am definitely going to be highlighting Can Lit because I am announcing the Reading Across Canada 2024 Challenge. If you don't know what the Reading Across Canada Challenge is, not to worry because I got you. We're going to go through all of that. First, I just want to say a massively huge thank you to everyone who participated in this challenge in 2023. I was so surprised by how many people followed along, who read along, who gave great suggestions on books. I have so many new books on my TBR now. And there are people from across Canada, literally, and other countries who took part. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you. This was so much fun. And that's why I wanted to continue doing the challenge in 2024. And I also want to send out a big shout out and thank you to my channel members, the Can Lit lovers, the Maple Leaf Bookworms, and the Canuck Bibliophiles. As channel members, they get some exclusive posts and some early access to some videos and basically anything to do with the Reading Across Canada challenge for sure. As well as other Can Lit info. And then we also have the Reading Across Canada Book Club, and that book club meets monthly to read Can Lit. And those discussions have been a lot of fun. We've had 3 meetings so far, and at our last meeting, I think we said goodbye like 8 times. And then we would chat about something else, and then we would say goodbye again. So it's just nice to connect with different people and get to know them, a little bit. And I'm really looking forward to more great discussions in 2024. So we will be reading Green Grass, Running Water by Thomas King, and we'll be discussing this on January the 23rd. You are welcome to join us. Information on how to join the channel will be in the description box below, so you can go and check that out. So yes, thank you to everyone who has participated and been part of this journey across Canada in 2023. So if you already know what the challenge is, then I'll put some timestamps in the description box. Check those out. Feel free to jump around to get the info that you're looking for. The Reading Across Canada Challenge is a reading challenge that I started in 2023. And it is basically, the whole point is it's a way of getting people to read more Canadian literature, or Can Lit, as we affectionately call it. And through our literature, the hope is that we will hopefully get a sense of what this country and its people are all about. In 2023, each month we focused on a different province or territory. We have 10 provinces, 3 territories, and we tried to read a book by an author from that province, or that the book we chose was set in that province or territory. So every month I gave some suggestions on books to read, and if you wanted an extra challenge, there were also prompts if people wanted to follow those. You did not have to. The focus was really on the province and territories. So in 2024, I changed this up a little bit, but there are some things staying the same. Let's go with what's the same. So first, and this is important, there is still no Reading Across Canada Challenge Police. So you don't have to do all of the prompts. You don't have to follow the prompts at all. You can read whatever you want and do the challenge however you want. If you want to focus on one province the entire year, go for it. If you want to choose a region of Canada to focus on, so like say the prairies or the Atlantic provinces, go for it. As long as you are reading Canadian authors, Canadian books, you are participating in the Reading Across Canada Challenge. So the second thing that is remaining the same is that there are prompts for each month, and this is more the focus. I will give some suggestions and some recommendations, just like I did last year, in 2023, on those prompts. So what's different is that I noticed in 2023 that there were some people in other countries, and even here in Canada, where having access to CanLit is very limited. Sometimes having to choose from one particular province was limiting. And the whole point of this is to get people reading. So in 2024, you can choose whatever provinces and territories you want to read in the months that you want to. So it's basically, you get to pick and choose. So if you want to do a book from each province, go for it. But each month, the only thing that I'm going to give you is a prompt. So I'm hoping that this will allow more people across Canada and in other countries to be able to participate with what they have available to them. Okay, so now, really what you've been waiting for, thank you for your patience, I am going to share the 12 prompts. I have already shared these with my channel members, and they, as I said earlier, they get early access to this information, and I revealed the 12 prompts over 12 days. So here are the prompts. In January, the prompt is to read a debut book. It's the beginning of the year. It's a fresh start. So if you have a favorite Canadian author or even a Canadian author that you've always wanted to read, you can basically just look up their debut book and you can start there. February, as we all know, is Black History Month. So I think that it makes sense that our prompt is to read a book about Canadian Black history, and or by a Black Canadian author. Next, in March, for those of us who join some of the different challenges on BookTube, or events on BookTube, I guess, we know that March is March of the Mammoths. So for March, the prompt is to read a Canadian mammoth. Mammoths are usually 800 pages plus, but for the Reading Across Canada Challenge, we are going to go with 500 plus pages because, again, there will be more available that way. Going into April, we're getting into spring here. For this prompt, we are going to read a book by an author born in another country who now lives in Canada. In May, some people do Mystery May. For the Reading Across Canada prompt, we are going to read a Canadian thriller, mystery, or horror book. Going into June, which is Pride Month and National Indigenous History Month here in Canada, our prompt is to read an Indigenous and, again, or LGBTQIA2S+ Canadian author. That brings us over halfway. Now in July, the prompt is to read a book by or about a Canadian celebrity. There are lots of celebrities who are Canadian. You might not even know that they're Canadian. You might not realize how many there are. But like, think beyond the Justin Biebers, Celine Dion's, and Michael J. Fox's of the world. Although they are fine too, if that's who you choose to read about. August is Women in Translation Month. So we will be reading Canadian Women in Translation. This does not have to be just French to English or English to French. But for those wanting to get I'm going to say more acquainted with the French literature of Canada, then this is an opportunity to do that. September is a busy time of year, and some people are involved in Shorty September. So for this month, we are going to read a Canadian book that is less than 200 pages. This is also me apologizing, like a good Canadian does, for having you read a Mammoth in March. In October, we are getting into award season. So for this month, we are going to read a Canadian Literary Award winner. There are so many, there's several Canadian Literary Awards to check out, and hopefully there will be a winner that you also think is a winner. Hopefully we'll find some good ones in there. Next, for November and for nonfiction November, we are going to read Canadian nonfiction. Canadian nonfiction is much harder to find than fiction. This might seem strange, but it does exist. It is out there, so we're going to find it. And last but not least, in December, the prompt is a Canadian book recommendation. So this is the chance to read that Canadian book that's been on your radar for a while, that someone has told you about, that you keep seeing. So now's the time to read it. So those are the prompts for the Reading Across Canada Challenge in 2024. I hope that you will be able to find some interesting CanLit for these. I will be giving you recommendations for January when I wrap up the 2023 challenge. That video will be coming in just a couple of days, probably this weekend sometime. If you have any ideas for the prompts, please put them in the comments below so we can all get some good ideas. If you are interested in getting early access to challenge info, or if you want to discuss some CanLit books with people from across Canada, then please check out the link below. Please let me know if you will be doing the challenge in 2024. Which prompts are you most excited for? Which books do you already know that you are going to read for the challenge? I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.